In the previous lecture, we were discussing about the quantitative research model, and the topic was to bring variables from theoretical level to empirical level in order to measure them. In this video, we will talk about further on the similar topic. Now, if you see the diagram, first level we call the construct, and this is a very big thing, something we have in our mind. But what we do, we bring them to the other level, independent variable, dependent variable, or we call it empirical level. So this one we will test. If you see this one, we will test. What we want to test, constructs. We want to test constructs. But what actually we are testing, if you see independent variable and dependent variable, that's why there is a gap, and this gap is called validity and reliability. So we are supposed to measure the constructs, but we measure this one, independent variable and dependent variable. We want to know that how close independent variables or these variables with the constructs. If measurement is close, then the arrows will be small. It means that validity will be high. Just remember AVE, average variance extracted. AVE goes up, that means we are close to the measurements. If AVE goes down, that means measurements are not very good. So this is how we measure them. Now, if you see this diagram and focused on this one, measure development and validation. And this is our conceptual variable, and this is what we actually measure. This is inferred, this is observed, and this is inferred. So you must understand clearly, from observed relationship, we inferred about this relationship. So if you see this path, actual measure A and actual measure B, for this level we need to do validity and reliability before moving on to this inferred path. So we want to test conceptual variable A and conceptual variable B, right? Actually, testing is here, actual measurements. So this is something we need to understand clearly, and that's why we spend a time on the development of the instrument. This is the paper which talks about validated scale and improvised scale, and we have the conversation on both of these scale, that what is the difference between validated scale and improvised scale. This paper talks about basically these two types of scales. They also talks about why unreliable scales are important to identify, because they will disturb our findings. The findings are still same, but are the difference because of these different scales. So this is very good paper to understand the process.